Yeah, ayo, they calling me a legend. Nah, I don't see it, still got too much work to put in. Reason it's hard to leave it, feel I barely got a foot in. Like I never had releases, really focused on my pieces till they matching all my creases. Lord Jesus said it's time, so I got no time to play. They tryna muzzle all my views and have my album late. Still gon' do what it do when I do, set it straight. Hit some food, grab a plate, I'ma serve it, no delay, no delay. Hold up, wait, not this time around. I refuse to chime it down. I'm not the loudest in the room, but I'm here to make a sound where every word I'm taking ground. Listen, let me break it down. These verbs and nouns are filled with purpose found in Him who holds the crown. The urgency is up a notch. You can't see the hidden plots. Christians out here click the ops, switching spots like playing hot potato. But nah, that ain't okay though. And they ain't one to play folk, but y'all gon' turn me into Seiko. And that is not a diss, I'm starting to see it clear like Waco. And God gave me a list and told me I'm sinning if I lay low. So I gotta do my job and ain't dodging all the probs. And all the hate you throwing at me, starting to look like lobs. And I'd rather look like Jesus getting flogged than a fraud. So it's time to draw a line that separates this little collage. The other day I told your side we can't be hitched to Ichabod. To compromise the church display the reason they resisting God. Hey yo, they calling me a legend. Nah, I don't see it, still got too much work to put in. Reason it's hard to leave it, feel I barely got a foot in. Like I never had releases, really focused on my pieces till they matching all my creases. Lord Jesus said it's time, so I got no time to play. They tryna muzzle all my views and have my album late. Still gon' do what it do when I do, set it straight. Hit some food, grab a plate, I'ma serve it, no delay. I pray to God you hear the spirit in every lyric. In every bar, I pray revival breaks out when near it. In every car, turn your chariot into a chapel. When you praise the Lord, feel His grace, rise up and rap you in His amazing arms. Play these songs in the middle of your storms. When it seems our hope is gone, then it fizzles and get calm. Riddle me, what can come out Nazareth? Oh, that's the bomb of Gilead. All of my affiliates can all get some. Yeah, cause that's where healing at. Spiritual and feeling that. Conviction that's depicting whether or not I am feeling that. Where curiosity dies instead of trying to kill the cat. Ways open the eyes so you know it's time to reel it back. The real is back, still intact, give them facts. Every time I kill a track, break it down, make sure it sound, fill them up, then build it back. Stronger than it was before, I gotta work the core. I thought you left rap, bounce back, it's like a bungee cord. They calling me a legend, nah, I don't see it, still got too much work to put in. Reason it's hard to leave it, feel I barely got a foot in. Like I never had releases, really focused on my pieces till they matching all my creases. Lord Jesus said it's time, so I got no time to play. They tryna muzzle all my views and have my album late. Still gon' do what it do when I do, set it straight. Hit some food, grab a plate, I'ma serve it, no delay, no delay, no delay, no delay, no delay, no delay.
Tell me something, my friend. You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? What? I always ask that of all my prey.
Yeah, don't do it, don't do it. Run up on one of us, now all of us bound to lose it. Don't be foolish, you opposing the movement of its kind. The way we do this is nothing like a Buddhist in his shrine. We the branches, getting direction from the truest vine. Proving chances against us will leave you stuck in the bind. When he loose a legion of angels that hearken to every line of his words spoken by one of his sons and daughters. Stop trying, you crazy. Maybe you didn't get it, maybe you just refuse to admit that you ain't winning. Got a few caught in sinning, but they renewed through repentance. Washed in the blood of my king that rose up out of that prison. Death, where's your sting? Won't take it lightly. You try and take out his wifey, hard to cop like stock X Nikes. You don't like me, I don't like you. The only thing we both got in common, just know when you dumping. I ain't running, let me tell you something. What's up? The devil got a problem on his hands now. Under a pale lit moon on dance now. The victory is guaranteed in advance now. Somebody tell that boy, you don't stand a chance now. Let's get it pop, let's get it pop. I don't wrestle with flesh and blood, it's spiritual. And he keep trying to attack my first miracle. I'm one of the ones that take the word of God literal by how I can hit and subdue moving targets that ain't visible. Here's a visual, you done reach your last pinnacle. I sever every generational curse and ritual that tie me in like umbilicals. To all these cycles that be cynical, that only left me pitiful. Get rid of you. Soul ties and spirit spouses from different houses. Low rides with dangling crystals from chakra pouches. Astrology and zodiac signs inside of couches. Loose hair hitting in baggies. I found you, it's coming out you. Ancestral spirit dead relatives, worshiping your melanin and black Hebrew heritage, wrapped in your inheritance that came from granny them, Masonic lodges and garages that ain't never on a whim. And I can keep going like it's 2K, fraternities, sororities, deriving from the boule, new age, burning sage to Orishas, Beyonce trying to teach us and set us back for 100 years like we enslaved in Egypt, Ouija boards, hieroglyphics, Dorianism, scientifics, Tesla with the Willy Wonka golden tickets, Bill Gates with the vaccines trying to chip us, and a whole lot of other things trying to trick us.
Yeah, it's about that time, you already know. Turn the speakers up, man, it's time to stop the show. Sean Tanner, Ryan Righteous, DJ Jeremiah. We bringing the heat, man, this joint be fire like, bruh. We in the field, we in the field, bruh. We in the field, we in the field. Just put it in work, we raising the bar. You tuned in to the Trackstarz.
Yo, what's cracking? It's your man Lecrae, aka Creasy Crayola, the bond servant. Right now, you listening to the Trackstarz, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, and Jeremiah. I see you, boy. Hold it down. Yeah.
Yeah, back in the field with the Trackstarz, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. What's good?
All right, for all things Trackstarz, man, you gotta check out trackstarz.com with a Z. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, like the Facebook page, subscribe to the YouTube channel, download the app, y'all. The podcast drops every Monday, so make sure you're in the conversation, all right?
What's up, man? So Jeremiah actually has surgery this week, so pray for him, man. So he's on the mends right now. He's doing well. It's probably going to be in the comments, so check for him in there. But we got Phil the Voice filling in for Jeremiah today. How you doing?
Man,
what's
it's
up,
a pleasure,
family?
man. Doing well, man. It's love. It's love.
That's what's up, man. Thanks for helping us out today.
It's an
All
honor.
right. So we're going to start with this. So if you just heard Mouthpiece, he has a new EP out, so go check that out. I think it's on Bandcamp. But go check out
delay.
Mouthpiece, support him, man. So you know that's Trackstar's favorite artist, right? So go check him out.
Yeah.
But if you heard the end of that song, the very, very end, he said something about the vaccine and Bill Gates trying to chip us. So let's start with that. So the vaccine, there's 2 vaccines that have been approved so far, and they are out now. Are you taking it? That's
man.
everybody's reaction.
Nah.
When okay. So why not? Why not, The Voice?
Man, you know what? It's just I'm to be quite honest, man. I'm just a little bit skeptical.
Of course.
I've done good. I've done good for these few months that we've had to sit on the sidelines and just kind of watch and use my mask and use my hand sanitizer and use my prayer time. And I think things have went pretty well. And you know, being a senior pastor on top of being a rap artist, man, we got a lot of families in the church that go through stuff. And so we've been able to walk through it, and man, we've seen very little personally in our fellowship. That doesn't mean that it's not obviously pervasive throughout the country and the world, but I'm just trusting the Lord on this one. I'm gonna wait a little bit longer.
Interesting. What about you, Ryan?
Same. You know what? Honestly, man, I feel like it's being forced upon us, and that always scares me. We live in Atlanta, Georgia, and the biggest county in Atlanta has already toyed with the fact that if you want to do business within the county, if you want to go to school within the county, you may have to have this vaccine in order to do business that way. And that's, to me, is just like, how can you force somebody to do that, right? So it bothers me that we're at a place right now where they're saying that we may have to take this vaccine. I mean, there's been so many different things thrown out there. They've talked about the stimulus check at one time was being tied to the vaccine, right? So there's a lot of things out there. You know, you see Mike Pence go on television and take the vaccine. You see, you know, all these other people, celebrities starting to take this vaccine, and we don't know we're getting the same thing that they're getting. You know what I'm saying? Like Donald Trump got what? Regeneron? Nobody else is talking about getting Regeneron. Probably his kids got Regeneron, but it's just like, what are we getting put into our bodies? You know, I remember being close to somebody that worked at the CDC at one time, and they were just like, do not get the flu shot. Like, whatever you do. My dad used to work at the CDC, is what she told me. She said, do not get the flu shot. And I was just like, wow. And it's because they give us a touch of the flu in order for our bodies to fight the vaccine, but you don't necessarily know what type of long-term effect that may actually have on you, especially if you do it year after year. So, in all honesty, I'm curious to see what's going to happen with my family specifically, because in February, my wife and I have to go into the hospital to have our baby. And they already have like COVID restrictions on us. We're saying that I cannot leave the hospital once I get there. So once we go into labor, somebody's got to stay with my other 3 kids. So I'm curious to know, are we leaving that hospital without them, sliding that needle over to us? Or are we able to just go on our free will with that, So it's interesting right now.
I never knew Ryan was an anti-vaxxer. I never knew that. I never knew Ryan was a Trump supporting anti-vaxxer. This is really interesting revelation, Ryan. You sound like you switched teams over here. I'm proud of you, bro.
No, my kids and my wife, they got the flu shot this year. I just haven't been. I'm a procrastinator. My wife is watching right now. She's nodding her head like, yes. He hasn't sent out his Christmas cards. He hasn't done, I've done it. I haven't done a lot. I haven't wrapped a single gift yet, right? And I've had Christmas gifts in my car under my back seat for like 2-3 weeks now. So I'm just a procrastinator, man. I do it when it feels right. And so my wife is probably going to come to me as soon as the show is over and say, you still didn't get that flu vaccine? So I'm going to get it because I want to make sure that my kids are okay.
Going to get it.
The flu vaccine.
Okay, what's the difference?
I don't know yet. I hadn't done my homework research.
This is interesting. This is interesting because you sound like the people that you don't like, which is funny that a lot of what I'm seeing is just watching, as this independent over here watching both sides. A lot of Democrats sound like
independent. What you talking about?
Okay, whatever. Well, a lot of Democrats sound like Republicans in certain situations, and this is one of them. There's a lot of black people, and it's understandable. We'll talk about the history of why there's a lot of black people, minorities in general, that if I were to go on Parler right now, y'all sound like them. So it's
I got a lot of
there's a crossover right there
this week.
Yeah, so we'll
think
talk
there's
about
a lot of space. I think there's a lot of space, man, to be able to not have to get on one side or the other. To be quite honest with you, and I think that they want us to play into that narrative. That's my opinion, and that there's a lot of room for us to kind of get in where we fit in. And to be quite honest with you, historically, the American government has not been too trustworthy. So whoever they kind of contract out with, we look back at the time of when eugenics was exploding in America. We had people like Margaret Sanger who were getting flown out to Nazi Germany to be able to help them with their policies out there. And she was also being brought in by our government officials to force sterilization on Blacks, Hispanics, Latinos, all that. And so, I think her track record is one thing to look at. Has human nature changed in all that time either? So it's not even conspiracy, it's just track record. And I'm from the street. At the same time, I'm, human nature is human nature, bro. So I think on some levels, I'm just kind of like, let's just give it a little bit of time and make sure that everybody's gonna be all right. Unfortunately, those people that are first to do it may potentially have to be the guinea pigs. And that's just real. But it is, I guess it brings its own sort of level of severity to our current cultural state, because it's like we're talking life and death, and so sometimes it's better just to get the best that we have and jump in. At the same time, a lot of people, with the rate of death, it doesn't seem like it's glaring me in the face personally. So I'm falling back. So I'm a little bit like, okay, in trepidation a bit.
All right, so basically what I'm hearing is Joe Biden has a lot of work to do, because here's the history, if y'all don't know. Black people used to be experimented on with vaccines. They used to be experimented on with all kinds of diseases, like straight up just get a disease, right? So the trust there with minorities and vaccines is low. Now here's the issue though, is there's an anti-vax crowd. And that's why I'm like, whoa, this is interesting, because Ryan is starting to sound like right-wing anti-vaxxers, which is crazy to me, is because he is like the opposite of that, right? So it's interesting that there's such a crossover right there. Because of the lack of trust in vaccines and how fast this thing was put together, black people and minorities, we're going to have a hard time. It's going to be really difficult to convince us to get this when we are actually impacted by COVID the most. So imagine you have this cure, quote unquote, and the people that need the cure the most trust it the least. That's a big hurdle to overcome. So that's why they're doing like these public, Pence getting it and Joe Biden and Obama getting it publicly to show you that, hey, look, it's safe. I trusted enough to do it. There's a little bit of misinformation in what Ryan said, though. A vaccine is not you getting a virus. They're not giving you a virus. They're giving you a dead virus. It's not alive, right? So the point of the whole vaccine is you're getting a dead version of the virus so that your body can learn, hey, this is what the virus looks like. So if you see the real one, I already know how to fight it. I already have the antibodies built up. So when that joint comes through, I'm gonna tackle it. So you're not getting a virus like the way you said it. So there's a little bit of confusion.
Well, I said they give you a touch of the virus. They do,
but it's not a touch. It
may not be live.
It's not a touch of the virus.
I don't know about you. And did you get the flu vaccine?
Yeah, I just did. I just got one.
Cause I get symptoms after I get those flu shots.
You get symptoms because your body's learning how to fight it. So the symptoms are your body fighting it, right? So
you're giving me the virus, sir.
Okay. However you want to say it. But so there's a little bit of misinformation there. And you said you got the flu vaccine before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, so here's the deal. The only question with this thing is, was it made too quickly? Was it made too fast?
Yes.
They used some new technology. They used some new technology to make these vaccines that made it a lot faster. Normally, it takes about 3 to 4 years, or never. Sometimes they never figure out how to make a vaccine for something. So that's the skepticism: is dang, this was really fast. And here's the confusing part: is you have the anti-Trump people that don't trust the fact that this was made under Trump, and then you have the Trump people who don't trust vaccines, and then you have minorities who don't trust either one. This is a mess. This is a mess. It is. So how do we get, if this thing is safe and it is needed to protect our community who is dying by this the most, what can be done to convince people take this thing to save everybody's life? What would convince you?
I think honestly, you'd have to come at me from a non-political standpoint. It would almost have to be more tied to emotion. You know what I mean? Like, you'd have to start making commercials about kids playing in the park and playing with each other without masks on for me to be like, oh, you know what? I do want my kids to return to some sense of normalcy. I do want my life to, I want to go back to the mall and be able to shop. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, you want to do those different things. You want to go to concerts. You want to go to plays. I mean, I was thinking about the Nutcracker. My wife usually takes my kids to the Nutcracker every year. She couldn't do that this year. So it's things like that. And then my wife is pregnant, so she's high risk. So I'm just like, yeah, if we want to ever go back out again, I haven't let my wife go out probably anywhere in probably the last 6 months. I mean, she's gone to like a couple of places, but she's not there without a mask and she's not there for long periods of time. So for me, I'm just like, I don't know, man. You'd have to appeal to my emotional side for me to be like, okay, let me think about it. And of course, nothing happens without praying about it. I was praying about it this morning. That's and then you're right. The other thing is the time sense, the time limit, right? I heard initially it would be 2 to 3 years on a vaccine. So when you present one to me in under 6 months, I'm like, hold up, wait. Then you hear all these different stories.
Who would have to take it? Who would have to take it for you to be like, all right, I'm taking it?
You?
Me?
I'm kidding.
Okay. Who for real would you have to take it?
It'd have to be somebody close to me, somebody I actually know. I can get on the phone with you. So it couldn't be a celebrity.
See if you turned into like a zombie or turned into the Hulk or something.
Not even that. I'd be like, bro, how's your head? Have you been nauseous lately? Like, like all the different things that they're saying. And I've heard that people are having side effects from it. So, and they're showing symptoms already. And I'm like, yo, I don't want to be on one of those infomercials, looking at the class action lawsuits 5 years from now saying, if you took the COVID-19 vaccine and its first year, you may be entitled to some money. Like, I don't want to do that.
It's like that fen when all the people were taking that diet drug fen, and now they're coming back with all the negative side effects. It's crazy.
Oh, wow. Didn't know about that.
So I think the skepticism is understandable, and for the people on TV that they have their job is to try to make us feel comfortable with this vaccine. Because if the truth is, they need up to almost 90% of the population to take this vaccine for it to be effective at all, right? If only a couple people get it, we're still going to be shut down, quarantined, never going to really go back to normal. We need a good chunk of people to do it. And if everybody feels like you guys do and the people on our team do, we're never going to get out of this, right? So they need people to take this, but these are real feelings. Like the people on TV trying to convince you to take it need to understand that this is the real feelings of the people in America on both sides of the aisle. This is not a Trump thing or a Democrat thing. This is everybody feels this way. So there's a lot of work to do. And I think Ryan has a point. If I took it, like if I took it here live, you would probably trust me more than you would trust Joe Biden because, like you said, you don't know what he's actually getting your arm, but you would assume I'm getting the real one, right?
Yeah.
So I think it does need to not be celebrities necessarily. It needs to be people around you that you can actually say, how are you feeling today? Are you okay? Visual proof that you're still alive. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's what it's going to take a couple months for people feel comfortable. So I don't think people should feel bad that they don't want to take it right now. But I do think people eventually need to take it. I would prefer to take it maybe closer to May. I want it to kind of work itself through the first people first. But I do intend to take it at some point. I have a daughter. I have a wife. Like I want to make sure that I'm not spreading any, because I'm an essential employee. I got to go to work. I got to be around people. Right, so I don't want to bring anything home. And a lot of what I'm saying is not actually accurate because just because you have a vaccine doesn't mean you can't spread the virus. Just because you have the vaccine, it's not 100% effective. Just because you have the vaccine doesn't mean that you can't still be a carrier, right? So it still means I may still have to wear a mask and all that kind of stuff. That doesn't go away just because you get a vaccine. It goes away when everybody is clear of COVID, not just when you are clear of COVID, right? So that's why this matters so much, the messaging around this. And that's why you're hearing so many people try to convince you on TV that to go take the vaccine. So it's one or two things. Either this is the best thing ever, right? And everybody needs to take it, or everybody's going to be a zombie next year. But at the same point, would you rather, are you more scared of getting COVID, or are you more scared of getting the vaccine?
I'm definitely more scared of getting COVID. I'm definitely more scared of that because then I might be asymptomatic carrier, and I still go around my mom quite often. So I wouldn't want to take that to my mom. I wouldn't want to take it to, my wife. I mean, I'm definitely afraid of getting the COVID than anything else. And the thing is this though, the thing about COVID, we know a lot of people who've gotten COVID on our team and in our families and, around us and stuff like that. I'm curious because God is good that everybody's okay and safe, but it seemed like they just kind of bounced back like right away. And that wasn't the stories we were hearing on the news the very first time we started hearing about COVID. So it's like, I'm wondering, like, is this thing getting milder? Like, is it milder than when it first started? Or are they giving you some type of way to fight it that's giving you a better chance?
There's an answer to that question. So first of all, it's been around longer, so people have better ways of treating it. That's number one. Just because some of the people you saw get better, there's a lot of people who died. So obviously that's not 100%.
Oh, I know.
So yeah.
Right. No, but I'm saying around us.
Yeah, it doesn't matter which people are around you. There's 300,000 people that died, right? So somebody around somebody died, right? So that you can't take anecdotal evidence as, makes you feel better because the people are fine. We actually have two people in our team circle that died from COVID. So there's somebody at my job that died from COVID. Like, it happens, right? So if you are more afraid of getting COVID than the vaccine, then I would say you need to get the vaccine because you're putting yourself more at risk every single day you go to the store, go to events or whatever to get COVID than you are getting a vaccine, right? So that would be my take. So here's the question. If they call you or they come by your house and say, hey, we have the vaccine, are you going to take it? Are you saying yes or no?
So let's talk about the spiritual side of this, right? This whole, is it being compared to the mark of the beast? That's a big part of it as well. You know what I mean?
Why would it be compared to the mark of the beast?
I mean, we heard Mouthpiece just say it. You see what I'm saying? Like,
so you're talking about
me,
chips.
It feels,
what?
Chips. That's right. You're right.
Are you talking about some sort of connection between the government forcing you to take some injection into your physical body in order to be able to qualify to go to certain places, districts, or to be
Exactly.
employed?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I mean, I guess something going into your skin, potentially saying that maybe the mark of the beast is like something that would go into your skin as well, or there'd be a mark obviously on the hand or the forehead, right?
Yeah, we've had this conversation on our team calls.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So it's been a conversation we've had on our team calls. We more or less like laughed about it, but people are really talking about it, on certain sides.
So I know a lot of you guys watched Left Behind and all those movies and stuff. Nobody knows what the mark of the beast is. So anybody guessing at it, first of all, I would assume the mark of the beast would imply that a beast has been revealed, and you getting it shows allegiance to that beast. Who is it? Who is it right now? Do you guys know? So I mean, it doesn't.
You don't want my answer on that.
It doesn't even fit the qualifications of the mark of the beast, right?
Now it could or it couldn't potentially if there's allegorical readings into that, and if the beast is a system, depending on how you look at it. Obviously, our Rastafarian brothers believe that the beast potentially is the system of Babylon. So it depends on who you're talking to theologically, the way that they read the word, and kind of how they approach it. I guess it could potentially have that implication if you read into it, maybe on an allegorical level.
Yeah, I just think what Revelations describes is a lot more intense than what people are trying to make it sound like, right? Anybody could read in meaning into almost anything. People could have said Obama was Antichrist, Trump was the Antichrist, Bill Clinton was the Antichrist, George Bush was the Antichrist. All those people have been wrong.
Definitely Adolf Hitler.
He candidate number one, right? But they were wrong. They may have been antichrist, meaning they were against God, but they're not the antichrist that is described in the Bible, right? People were projecting words onto a person versus it actually being the right thing, right? So just because something sounds familiar, right? Oh, skin, mark, need to use to get government, whatever. That doesn't make it a thing, right? It doesn't make that the thing. So I'm just concerned. We throw a lot of Christianese on stuff, but this could actually be something that can help save a lot of people's lives in real life, like right now. So we got to be really careful disparaging it. But also, the people that need us to take it need to understand that these are real concerns. Right. And there's real ways to alleviate those concerns, and they have to really consider that.
Right, absolutely. I think what you're saying is absolutely true there, and there's a lot of ways for us to be able to engage this and be responsible. I think that with America's track record, I think my personal issue, I can only speak for me, my personal issue is we've historically had issues, guinea pigging folks that are, I have a song about it called, what is it? I forget, I wrote it about 3 years ago. Not My President, ironically, is the name of it. And it has to do with distrust within the governmental levels and how they've abused the populace historically, man. And that's not just on some conspiracy stuff at all or YouTube isms, it's their track record. And so I think that, we have to be able to work through the realities of distrust and still want to be able to move and take strides toward how can we help our country and our world get back on track as soon as possible, man. So I think that's definitely an issue.
I'll say this. As skeptical as people are of all these conspiracies and how skeptical you are of government and all those kind of things, he's is equally skeptical of the people trying to convince you that everything is a conspiracy. Those people have agendas as well, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, ain't nobody convincing me. I'm on that. I'm kind of on that. I'm just watching America. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And not nobody convincing me. It's just a matter of human nature is falling, man. We are a disparaging thing of the human nature, and within us, we have the propensity just to be just abusive, man. And the elites always want to stay on top. It's not a matter of even conspiracy. It's really a matter of just track record, man. Yeah. And I know what you're saying too. I'm Hispanic. I'm Middle Eastern. Work and grew up in a Black neighborhood. We work in a multi-ethnic context. We have to be able to, in my church, we have America's most impoverished, as well as we have America's most elite financially. And so being able to walk through that, man, we have people on both sides of the aisle, somewhere in between, all over the place. And there's just, I think, a pervasive distrust right now amongst minorities, not just Blacks, Latinos are hit is really hard by this as well. And so I think it presents its own challenges when you're trying to walk through it, because there is just, like you said, there's distrust. And it's not just the blacks that were guinea pigged, for lack of better terms, but it was the Latinos, it was people who were mentally deficient, to say it in a way that hopefully is not inappropriate, but people who maybe we're cognitively deficient, and it's sad, bro. It's really a sad thing. And so I think these are just real hurdles. We're identifying some of the concerns, maybe not validating all of them, but definitely identifying them as real, because it helps us get towards that. The more we talk about it, get us toward that place of health, I think, in my opinion.
Here's another sentiment I see sometimes, and I'm seeing it in the comments too, is that these are like I think my man Eagle said, these are test runs for them to introduce the mark of the beast. This is like trying to get us ready for that kind of control. Here's my thing, man. That's going to happen. There's nothing you can do to stop revelations. Revelations is supposed to happen. So I see Christians in this mode of trying to prevent revelations. You can't. All right. So also, if you are trusting God to protect you during the coronavirus, and trust him to protect you from the vaccine. It's the same trust. You know what I mean?
That's right.
So
that's right.
I would just say, do your research, actually read about vaccines and what they do, read about how they made this one. There's different technology they use to make this one. Make a solid choice, not just for yourself, but for your family, and not just your family, but everybody. You getting a vaccine doesn't just help you, it helps everybody, because it helps you from continuing this thing spreading through America forever, right? So it is very important to decide this. If you decide no, that's fine, that's cool. But just understand there is weight to both decisions, not just one, right? That's right. Not taking it is a huge decision. Taking it is a huge decision. Both of them are. But just know the importance of both, right? Not just what you're hearing from this wing media or that wing media. Actually read it for yourself.
That's good.
All right, let's get back into it. You in the field with the track stars, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, and DJ Jeremiah. Let's go.
You hold me down like lo lo lo. Your love is sweet like me lo lo. You make a promise, then you deliver. You never fail me, no no no. What type of loving? You ain't to fight on my battles. You put the boy on the way for this victory.
Yeah, fight for the weak and the poor. That's how we gon' rise from the ashes. Plus we get our knees to the floor. That's how we gon' find any answers. Can't find peace with a sword. That's how you know the fight is supernatural. Yeah, heartbeat to the core, we retreat to the Lord when it's time for some action. Mighty God, mighty God, mighty God. Fight with the king, get the spoils. Mighty God, mighty God, mighty God. Blood and bones in the soil. Walk with a bodyguard. Only go to war with the loyal. Saints like arms that you cannot fall when God is for you.
Your love is sweet like me, lo lo. You make a promise, then you deliver. You never fail me, no no no. What type of loving? You ain't to fight on my battles. You put the boy on the way for this victory. So sing it. This is the sound of a victory. We say.
Victory, we got the victory. Yeah, empty the infantry since Jesus conquered our enemies. Yeah, blood and bones in the soil. Only go to war with the loyal. Yeah, saints like arms that you cannot fall when God is for you.
Yeah, your love is sweet like me, lo lo. You make a promise, then you deliver. You never fail me, no no no. What type of loving? You ain't to fight on my battles. You put the boy on the way for this victory. So sing it. This is the sound of a victory. This is the sound of a victory. soul is singing.
It's about time they put me in the cockpit. All your lies, I will drop it. Sound sex in the video, stop it.
Sound sex in the video, stop it. Walk, walk, walk. Yeah, come on. Y'all out here lying to these girls. Stains on your hands like you're eating cheese curls. MC like, yo, they paper thin. They say ignore him cause he's hating then. Queen Latifah, ladies first. Moni in the middle had the 80s verse. I was never born gangster like the boss is. Deep in the neck, go count the cost. Salt and pepper, selling sex. Soon all the ladies will be yelling next. I had to flex, couldn't pay me to stay rob and pray. Like the lady of rage, I rock rough and stuff with my afro puff. Unnecessary roughness, that's what's up. Functified like the brat. Telling no lies, Michelle's track. Lauryn Hill was the hit of the Fugees. You must have a miseducated schooling. Idiots be like, wait, nah, nigga. They go into flip mode like raw digger. But you can't stop the rain, Missy. Before you start to complain and diss me, let me blow your mind like Eve the Black Mamba, Beauty and the Beast Rhapsody.
About time they put me in the cockpit. All your lies, I will drop it. Sound sex in the video, stop it. Women that's profit. About time they put me in the cockpit. All your lies, I will drop it. Sound sex in the video, stop it. Women that's profit.
Y'all out here lying to these dudes. Grease on your hands like you're frying food. Saw porn is your music video. Young girls wanna be like you really, yo. There's plenty of women who rap about nonsense, but many more who are now conscious. I'm giving them flowers so they can devour the cowards that stuck on that nonsense. You don't gotta pose in front of the camera, letting everyone see your bread manna. I'm a name drop. Women I listen to, YouTube them so you can listen to K. Sade. One day, Samantha White will blow one day. Nita Rose and GFE. He's Son Lee, Jackie Hill Perry, AI the Anomaly, Lisa B, Shinny Lee, London E on the beat, Kelly Diaz and Kelly Glow, Mahogany Jones and Light the Flow, Lauren Michael, Portia Love, Kayla Stark, Sparks from above. I'm Kai, Erica Mason, Latoria Wilson. No matter what you facing, they wanna rebuttal me, but I got Rima Soul like Butter P. DJ KB, DJ Elas, DJ Smiley, not another B. Serious voice, my sister Terrell, Joe Beasley, yo, it ain't hard to tell. Keisha Dreams, Lady Grace. It's time for the men to get these ladies space, yeah.
About time they put me in the cockpit. All your lies, I will drop it. Sound sex in the video, stop it. Women that's profit. About time they put me in the cockpit. All your lies, I will drop it. Sound sex in the video, stop it. Women that's profit.
I've been here for a bit. Living water spraying, I'm here for the drip. Know me as the shooter, I'm here with the clip. But I'm knowing Pharaoh never could hear with a whip. Yeah, so I chill in the whip. Walk a narrow road, but I'm still in the whip. My drive overloaded with all this biblical.
What's up? This is No Big Deal representing Middle Tennessee and Indie Tribe. You are now in the field with the Trackstarz.
It's time for the Entertainment Report with Jeremiah.
All right, Entertainment Report time. Filling in for Jeremiah. Y'all pray for our boy. He is out there right now recovering. Just had some medical situations is going on with him, and we just want to pray for him and just make sure that he recovers well. So we gave him the day off to make sure that he is resting up. So if you see Jeremiah in the chats, make sure you send him some love, all right? In the Entertainment Report, Ryan Lamar secures multi-million-dollar deal for 7 movies, y'all. That's huge. Ryan Lamar, who's no stranger to the show. He's a brother in Christ to us. He's a mentor to us. He supported us in so many ways. He has huge news. The director and artist Ryan Lamar of Red Gorilla Entertainment, the media company, is happy to announce the signing of a multi-million-dollar slate deal with OC Consulting. The deal covers 7 films over the next 4 years for $20 million, covering the first 3 features. The production of their first film begins in Chicago in January. It's called North of the 10. It's humbling to know that all the hard work we put into RGE Empire over the past decade on the film music side is finally paying off, says Ryan Lamar. It's amazing, man. So congratulations to you, Ryan. We couldn't be happier for you. We're praying with you. We're supporting you. We're sitting right beside you. All right. In other news, celebrity big name stars give back for the holidays. Among the list of celebrities who've been giving back for the holidays, former President Barack Obama, who showed up in a festive Santa hat to the Boys and Girls Club in Washington, D.C., went up there to hand out presents and gifts. Wife of NFL MVP quarterback Russell Wilson, also known as Ciara, the singer, was also photographed visiting children in the hospital. Rapper T.I. gave away over $20,000 of Target merchandise for single moms. And the highest paid actress or highest paid celebrity of 2020, Kylie Jenner, who made $537 million this year, has been giving back tremendously. So shout out to all the celebrities that are giving back to their communities.
I can tell Ryan didn't do this part.
Why you say that?
I mean, Jeremiah didn't do this part. He would have never said some of those people.
Oh, yeah. That's definitely me. In other news, Lauren Daigle banned. Lauren Daigle was speaking out and was banned from participating in a New Year's Eve broadcast out in New Orleans due to an appearance that she made in at a French Quarter evangelical event. She says she's disappointed of the spontaneous participation that has become a part of the political discourse. She's saddened of the divisiveness of our country. The Christian singer, whose success has allowed her to cross over into pop mainstream circuits, said the statement to Louisiana news outlet on Thursday in response to the singer's participation. New Orleans Mayor LaToya Cantrell sent a letter demanding that Dick Clark Productions refrain from allowing Daigle to perform in New Orleans portion of the Dick Clark New Year's Rockin' Eve broadcast. What y'all think about that? That's kind of crazy, right?
Wow.
That's kind of crazy, right? I mean, so just because you believe something and you haven't said anything out recently, you can't be a part of that. I mean, so she's getting flack on both sides. She got flack from Christians for going on Ellen, right? Mm. Now she's getting flack from non-believers or the secular realm for going on Christian shows. So it's really tough to be a Christian entertainer out there. In CHH News, Lecrae's partnership speaks to his commitment in building creatives while also serving his community. In Atlanta with Collab Capital, an investment fund leveraging financial, human, and social capital for help Black funders and build sustainable innovation center businesses. Lecrae has joined as a venture partner. Lecrae's role as venture partners helps to bridge the gap between the business acumen and networks of influential people and technology through Black founders, according to Collab Capital's official website. Now, what's interesting about Lecrae is that he also has partnered up several times with one of our brothers in Christ, someone who's very close to us, Terrence Lester, with Love Beyond the Walls, right? And so that's something that's really amazing. Lecrae has been seen all throughout this pandemic doing some really great stuff. So he's not just, onto the music scene right now. He's really focused on helping the community, and I think that's great. And Carpet Section. Our Carpet Section is sponsored by FLOGIC. That is Favorite Ladies of God in Christ. They have a single out called My God, 4-time single. Toby and Wigway, Cinco original single. Thizzle, Summer Was Canceled EP. Eric Heron, Beautiful and Terrible. Selah the Corner, Silencer series mixtape. Thomas Iannucci, Doubting Thomas. Uzahan, Cozy single. Angie Rose, Always Grateful single. Believe it or not, We Gon' Find You single. Trey Gadd, Panic single. Ruslan, Fireside Chat single. And none other than Mouthpiece. Back from retirement, Mouthpiece, No Delay EP. Y'all go check it out. I listened to it this week. It's amazing. It's classic Mouthpiece. He's not going to disappoint. So go ahead and check that out. And that's all I have for the entertainment section. But we got Phil, the voice with us. Phil, what's going on with you, bro?
What's going on, y'all? It's a pleasure to be with y'all today, man. Yeah.
Good, man.
So tell them what you got going on.
Oh, man, what a blessing. What a pleasure, man. We just dropped a single, my label Vine Style Records, and I dropped a single called Stop That Traffic, and Lord's been blessing that, man. We've just been excited. Wrote it just to kind of bring awareness to young boys that are caught in the sex trade. It was something that was on my heart after my wife got back from working with a nonprofit called Project Rescue out in Europe, and just saw some really heinous, real stuff. And she also got back from Greece, and we were looking at supporting this ministry with regards to how they're touching the Syrian refugee crisis that's going on out there in Greece. And so she came back with these radical stories of these women that are getting trafficked and brought over to Spain. And we followed the trail out there because we're connected with this ministry and have been for about 15 years. And we're trying to see how we could kind of support them on a deeper level. She got back and I just wrote a song because that's what we do. And wrote the song, and then my boy at Outsiders brand clothing, Vince Serrano, reached out to me and said, dude, let's put a line together. I said, let's do it if we can give everything to this missions work. So that's what we did, man. And so we put the line together. That caught a little attention. And then we had some love and some of the artists reaching out here, and we reached out to some of them. And so we just finished up a West Coast leg of a tour in the middle of COVID, which was pretty unique. And we did it. So that was 1K Few, the whole 1K Famo. Bizzle was out. The whole God Over Money crew came out too. They were going to shoot videos. So we got a lot of love from them too. And they came and performed. Miles Minnick from the Bay. AI The Anomaly. It was just a blessing, man. And my boy Arise, who's killing it on the Spanish side of things with Kingdom Music in them. And so yeah, bro. And then of course myself. So we just got off a little bit of a tour and just got my boy Tommy Urban D reaching out. So he's like, Phil, let's bring the tour to the East. So we're gonna be on your side of things soon. So it's exciting, man. Just kind of
that's what's up.
So talk about pulling off a tour during COVID. How do you do that?
Yeah, well, since I'm essential being a pastor, and we also have we work a lot in our community. I've been there 15 years. The last 9, I've been the senior pastor. We do a lot of creative things to be able to help people. So just maintaining social distancing, doing stuff outdoors, taking an element to this and doing it as a live stream. The LA leg of it, we did as a full kind of live stream event. It was all indoors with, keeping in line as much as possible with what the government's expecting of us. At the same time, people are really hungry right now to get around to others. So, the fact that we can give out presents or food at some of these events as not just a church, but also as a nonprofit that is a food bank, we qualify for these things. So I said, hey, let's just take advantage of that reality to be able to expose as many people as possible to the reality that every day 1,100 boys are being traded in human trafficking, man, worldwide. And so those numbers are not only exploding globally, but they're exploding locally here in LA. Right about an hour away from LA proper is Anaheim, California, Orange County, and they're one of the biggest hubs for sex and human trafficking for minors, man. And so it's in our backyard right now. My boy Vince from Outsiders was chilling at one of his Bible studies he does every Tuesday night, and there was a little girl that was 16 that got abducted right behind the Bible study, and cops were called. They ended up being able to stop the fella, but he was involved in a human trafficking ring as well. And so it's just touching home. And so we just got together and said, what kind of resources can we pull? It's got to be bigger than us, bigger than our name, bigger than our brand. How can we leverage other brothers in this game to be able to use their platform to let other people know that, man, 1,100 little boys every day are going missing. And if we sit back, man, we turn justice into wormwood. And in other words, we just stop doing what we have in our hand to do to be able to help. But if we get together like we did, man, we can make a difference. Than we were able to make a difference, to be able to educate, inform, and then release people, man, to be able to have the actual hands-on sort of ability to make a difference practically and report. And so the whole concert was actually one part education, one part entertainment. Just kind of throwing it back to the KRS-One days, edutainment, and it was a dope thing, man. It was really a blessing to be a part of that.
You know, I love something you just said. I would suggest, instead of, if you're a church, instead of complaining about the government not considering you essential, make yourself essential. Feed people. Do stuff that you're supposed to be doing anyway. The reason they probably don't see you as essential is because churches become non-essential in a lot of ways. We don't actually help people. Turn your church into something that they can't deny is actually essential. Actually feeds people, actually helps people with getting clothes, actually help do what the church was supposed to be in the first place. Maybe that will look more essential to them. You know what I mean? So I love that, man. Actually going out and making an actual difference. That's good stuff.
Yeah, another big shout out this week goes to the Exodus Cry movement, who was, very responsible in, helping get all these sex trafficked and all this pornographic material off the internet from the Pornhub website. They were forced to dump 10 million videos off their website, which is they said 75% of their content. And that's amazing because that organization has been supported by over 300 companies across the U.S. and they've received backlash. They've received a lot of pushback, and people are supporting them by just tons. And so if you happen to think about them, say a prayer for them because they're up against a lot. But also, if you can support, it'd be dope.
It's amazing.
All right, good stuff. So tell them one more time where they could find the song, how they could support the tour, and all that.
Yeah, so definitely, man. If they go to Vinestyle Records, that's VINESTYLE records.com. They can find out more about, obviously, our music that we're putting out. And the single is on Spotify. Just look up The Voice Raps or Feel the Voice, PHIL, Feel the Voice. Been doing it for a minute, man, out here on the West Coast, man. And just loving the Lord, doing it. And we're excited, bro. There's a lot of good things happening. West Coast is bubbling right now. There's a lot of creatives coming out from this side right now. So it's really dope to be a part of that. But, the Feel the Voice, hit me up on anything, Instagram, at The Voice Raps. It's all on there. There's links on everything. Y'all know how it goes down.
That's what's up. Yo, shout out to whoever gives us a thumbs down every show, even before we start talking. That's amazing, man. Reminding me to remind you to subscribe right now if you're watching on YouTube. Ring the bell so you can keep up with all our latest videos, and just support, man. Like, comment, share, all that stuff, man. We are gearing up for an awesome 2021. Just in case you didn't know, we didn't really announce this, but this is the last show of the year. We will be back in January, so stay tuned for that. We got so many cool things that we have planned for next year. So, yeah, enjoy the show today. Today's our last day, but get ready for 2021. You in the field with the Track Stars, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm on my weird way. Get it like Toby. You on my way, don't get cozy. Give me my trophy. Yeah, I had to pray. I had to kill off the old me. Yeah, had to focus a lot. I'ma shoot my shot, Kobe. Yeah, I'm on my weird way. Get it like Toby. You on my way, don't get cozy. Give me my trophies. Yeah, I had to pray. I had to kill off the old me. Yeah, had to focus a lot. I'ma shoot my shot, Kobe. Yeah, killing my verses, living my purpose. Yeah, killing my burdens, giving my service. Yeah, I had to pray. I had to kill off the old me. Yeah, had to focus a lot. I'ma shoot my shot, Kobe.
I started out with a hoop team. Chicken box, fried rice, 2-piece. Got 22 for a hoop dream. Try to slide in like 2C. Super dosey, none of those sleeves. Found out I was close like 2-3. People look bad like who's he? Guys that he well, please, I'm boosted. I was chasing all the affirmation from these rappers, half I couldn't care any less. More so, I was scared to face my fears. Couldn't look inside without a vest. Whoa, honesty is like a war zone. Vulnerability, a weapon. The word of God, your protection. Once an Armageddon, do a confession. Ooh. Run it up, play by plays like cinema. Float like butterfly, sting like bee. When I work my wrist, I'm venomous. Bite look sweet like cinema. Put you on skates like jitterbug. Got a killer instinct, but I'm innocent. Flight team worldwide for the win.
Yo, I'm on my way. Get it like Toby. You on my way, don't get cozy. Give me my trophies. Yeah, I had to pray, I had to kill off the old me. Yeah, had to focus a lot, I'ma shoot my shot, Kobe. Yeah, killing my verses, living my purpose. Yeah, killing my burdens, giving my service. Yeah, I had to pray, I had to kill off the old me. Yeah, had to focus a lot, I'ma shoot my shot, Kobe. I get it, ain't nothing given, I had to go get it. I'm realigned with my body and spirit. I won't let you knock me off of my pivot. It's over, you got me in beast mode. You gon' think I hit a cheat code. Ain't nothing new been like this, it's a juvie, huh? I'm such to the G code. What's the limit to me when I'm Master P? Breaking records on a light day. Just give me the beat and I see murder. Getting currency the right way. I talked to God and he gave me the go. I'm home team, but we went on the road. That's where the Bron. Shout out the Wade. Combining the two is like Robert and Dade. I put in the work when I pray. Cause faith without action is basically capping. I know I deserve what I say. But this ain't just rap, I'm expressing my passion. Look, I didn't come here to play. I came to dominate, I'm an assassin. I follow my creed like a Michael B. Jordan. They come to record and I'm trying to be Jordan. Yo, I'm on my way. Get it like Toby. You on my way, don't get cozy. Give me my trophies. Yeah, I had to pray, I had to kill off the old me. Yeah, had to focus a lot, I'ma shoot my shot, Kobe. Yeah, killing my verses, living my purpose. Yeah, killing my burdens, giving my service. Yeah, I had to pray, I had to kill off the old me. Yeah, had to focus a lot, I'ma shoot my shot, Kobe.
You are listening to the Trackstarz with Sean Tanner, Ryan Righteous, and DJ Jeremiah.
Right now you're in the field with the Trackstarz.
Trackstarz.
Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah.
Right now you're listening to the Trackstarz.
You know what time it is.
Hey yo, what's good? It's your boy Name Gate, you Trackstarz music artist, and you are in the field with the family Trackstarz Radio.
Trackstarz Radio.
We got it in the field. Trackstarz. Get it, got it, good.
Ain't no podcast beef. We got respect for y'all.
Yeah.
But respect the grind, baby. Respect the grind. I gotta get the flex bombs today. Respect the grind.
What's going on, family? Hey, look, if you're an artist out there, I know how hard it can be. I'm an artist as well. And whenever you release a song you think is dope, you're like, man, this is gonna be the one. You have to go through the process of marketing. That's the hard part. That's when it really, really, really gets serious, right? Because even if you got a dope song and nobody knows about it, it's gonna be a flop. So if you know the process, that means you got to go to each website, follow their submission rules, email them, do whatever they need you to do one at a time. These outlets do not like to be spammed. They do not like to be put on DCC lists, email spam lists. But never fear, we have come up with a way to solve this problem. We created something called the Single Maximizer. Single Maximizer allows you to fill in the details for your song one time, and we customize it for each outlet and send it out to all of them for you. Not in a mass email, not as spam, individual emails customized exactly what they asked for in their music submission guidelines. It's an amazing tool. We use it for ourselves in our own music, and we're trying to share it with you guys. So go to trackstarz.com/single maximizer Take advantage of it right now. It's an amazing tool. Check it out. Let us know your success stories. Tell us what works. Trackstarz.com. Go check it out right now.
Yo, what's going on, Trackstarz Universe? This is your man, Ryan Righteous of the Trackstarz. Listen, Trackstarz just started the Trackstarz Investment Group. It's an opportunity for us to show creatives and entrepreneurs how to look into non-traditional forms of income. You should definitely get with us. Trackstarz just had an opportunity to learn this skill set. We can teach it to you. It's an invaluable skill set that will allow you to show your friends and your family to trade on the foreign currency market, something that you've already been doing. You just didn't know you were doing it. So get with us, trackstarz.com/FRX. That's trackstarz.com/FRX. Join our Trackstarz Investment Group. We want to show you this invaluable skill too. All right?
What's good, people? It's your boy, DJ Haddon. I want to give a shout out to Trackstarz Live. Keep it locked, y'all. It's going down right here, right now. You heard it from your boy, D. Haddon.
Yeah, back in the field with the Trackstarz. Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. Was good.
All right, this segment is sponsored by Nectar Distribution. You can now go to nectardistro.com. You can sign up for a distribution package that will allow your music to be heard in over 200 plus digital outlets. Go to nectardistro.com today, sign up, and take advantage, all right?
All right, so Ryan's going to have to help me explain what's going on here. So apparently depending on when you listen to this or watch this, you may already know if this is true. But apparently on the 21st of December, planets are going to align in a certain way, and black people are going to get superpowers. So Ryan, can you explain where this came from?
Yeah, man. So, okay, we have a very significant time frame of the planets being aligned. Jupiter and Saturn are going to be aligned for the first time at a 0.01 degree from each other, and they're going to be the closest to the Earth that they've been in hundreds of years, right? And so the Mayans have said that because of the melanin in black people's skin, that they're going to start to inherit all these supernatural powers, right? So Black Twitter has been going crazy with this information. The memes are hilarious. And it's just interesting the way conspiracy theories kind of like form. You know, I wish Jeremiah was here to talk about this one specifically, but it's crazy because they've been talking about all these different things that could be happening. So basically saying that it'll be the brightest star in the sky since the Star of Bethlehem.
Which makes no sense, by the way.
It doesn't make any sense, right? It's just crazy. And then also it's just like, you know, where did they get this history from? You know, where do they get the history that on this day that Jupiter and Saturn are going to align and we're going to see a bright star and all these different things are going to start happening. So it's just been interesting, man. But we want to talk about the conversation that's been going on Black Twitter and the fact that some people are really buying into this, you know. December 21st is supposed to be when this happens. I actually had somebody message me on Facebook and say, bro, I'm ready. Cause you know, we talk about, you know, the investment group a lot on Forex. And so I was talking to somebody who said they were interested in the investment group and they were like, yeah, I got to start investing like right away. Cause I don't know what's going to happen on December 22nd when I wake up. And I was like, what?
Wow.
Which
so
to me,
so real quick, this is actually a super racist thing. If you see,
wow.
Can y'all see this? So this post. As black people, genetically, we are stronger and smarter than everyone else. We are more creative. On this December 21st, our real DNA will be unlocked, and the majority will be able to do things that we thought were fiction. Learn who you are as people. They want to make us average. So this is that whole. When we talked about, was it Nick Cannon? And the whole racist,
white,
like,
yep,
black people have magical powers thing. That's kind of where this is coming from. And people are going crazy with it. Like,
it's hilarious.
Really, really crazy with it. So I wanted to ask, I mean, obviously this is trash, but what I wanted to ask was, if you woke up with powers, what powers would you have? And everybody in the comment section, what powers do you think I would get, Ryan would get, Phil would get, and Jeremiah would get? And I'm gonna read the best ones. All right, Ryan, what powers you gonna get, bro?
So I just want to be able to stop time. I want to be able to. I don't know, man. I guess you know, if I wanted to travel somewhere and I didn't want to lose time, or if I didn't want to get old too soon, I would be able to pause time or something like that. I don't know. I hadn't really thought much about it. I'm not really into.
It sounds like you seriously thought about this. What are you talking about?
No, we brought this up on the call the other day.
No, it seems like a serious request. Like you.
So the only TV show I've ever seen where superheroes have power is when they stop time. I've never seen. That was like, y'all remember that show? Like back in the day when we were like real young. Okay, I don't know how old you are, Phil, but I'm 38. So this was like Vicky is great or something, and she could just put her fingers together and stop time.
I remember that.
You remember that? Yeah. That's the only show I've ever watched where I was like, that's really cool. And that's also from my childhood. So I'm not into the whole Marvel DC stuff. I don't know what kind of powers they have. I couldn't tell you what X-Men does and all that kind of stuff. If it doesn't happen in real life, I can't watch it.
All right, let me read some of these comments because you're taking this way too serious. So Jeremiah just said Ryan will have water coming from his waves. Jeremiah said he would want the power of rolling dice and loving Jesus, which makes no sense.
So he just wants to make money on. He wants to be able to roll the dice and get perfect.
That makes no sense. Jeremiah. Somebody said DJ Jeremiah would be able to sniff out any conspiracy and lie because he definitely doesn't have that power. He definitely does not have that power now. He needs it. Yeah. Let's see what else.
Jeremiah.
Somebody said Ryan will get the power to make everyone vote Christian. You agree with that? Phil, what you getting, bro?
Man, and this would be like the really selfish version. Like, don't want to like end, world hunger. That's so evil. Like, I have to go right there. Like, just, but if this was the selfish version, it would be like, bro, I would have unlimited Jordans, like unlimited.
As a power, you could manifest.
Yeah, I could create them. You know what I'm saying? I could create them.
Every time you sell out, just hit your finger on the floor and just
unlimited
make a new
Jordans,
set,
bro. I just make it.
Wow, that's dope. That's funny, actually.
Somebody made me. Damo made me Magneto. Why, Damo? Why would I be Magneto? Explain that power. I know the power, but like, explain why I would have unlimited Jordans.
You know what I would do?
Sean would sandwich every conversation to perfection. y'all remember the sandwich where you when you deliver bad news, you gotta give them the good. I just saw a really good example of a sandwich the other day. I can't remember where I saw it, but give somebody like it was on that show Ted Lasso. Have y'all seen that show?
Yeah,
that show.
You gotta affirm them. You affirm them twice to give them the hard news.
Affirm them. Give them that bad news, and then just leave it out on the affirmation, so they don't even realize they just got hit with a punch. Hilarious, yeah. I would definitely do that.
I think for me, I would want to do something like have my skin be impenetrable. Like I would not be able to get stabbed or shot. You know what I'm saying? So like
getting stabbed and shot, right?
Well, you know what I would do? I would go into like gang wars and war, and I would stop like the criminals from doing bad things, the people that are protected by guns and all that kind of stuff.
So the reason you don't do that now is because you can get shot and stabbed?
Oh yeah, definitely. Absolutely.
So if not for the shooting and stabbing, you'd be all up in gang wars stopping them.
Man, I'd be in the south side of Chicago just like throwing my arms up like, take me instead.
All right, good luck. Man. Good luck with that, bro. Yeah, he said somebody said you want to be Luke Cage, basically.
Oh, I don't know who Luke Cage is. I know who Luke Cage is.
You literally described the premise of Luke Cage.
That's exactly cool. That's what's up. So I know my wife watched that series, and you watched that series too, right, Sean?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I need to go watch it.
First one, half good. Second one, all bad.
But in seasons?
My opinion. Yeah, it was. The second one was trash. And I know I'm biased because I'm Jamaican, and the accents were worse than Cool Running accents in that film. Worse than Cool Runnings.
Wow.
That's offensive right there. That's offensive.
Terrible.
I really wish I could call you racist, but I can't.
I couldn't even get through it. It was terrible.
So wait a minute. They weren't real accents?
Oh, bro.
Oh gosh. You can't do that. You can't take celebrity actors that don't know how to do something and try to get them to do it. Like
they weren't celebrity actors.
Aren't the people who are doing these accents actors?
They were actors. They weren't celebrity actors.
Oh, I thought you were saying. Basically, you're making me think that the main cast was doing these fake accents.
They hired people specifically to be fake Jamaicans on that shit.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's a problem.
Dang, Jeremiah. See, Jeremiah went racist. I knew somebody was going to do it.
Of course, Jeremiah
said,
racist.
Sean, what would your Jamaican superpower be? What the heck is a Jamaican superpower? Jamaican.
Ooh, now you know what?
He must be on them
know what?
Percocets after the surgery.
You know what? That would be interesting, man. If I was back in slavery time, I would definitely have like a superpower. I would want a superpower back then. I don't know what it would be. It would probably be like the same thing. Like I could just go up and grab a whip out somebody's hand and be like, "You're not hitting him today."
I think that's interesting. Has anybody done a movie like that? Because I think everybody
Django.
I mean, he didn't have superpowers. I mean, he did stuff that shouldn't have been done, but it's everybody's fantasy to wish that they were in those hard situations, but had a superior advantage. So I'm surprised that hasn't happened yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's a movie out there like that. We just don't know about it.
Some more are coming in. Let's see. Super speed and slavery time. Super speed. Okay.
Outrun anybody. I'm out of here. Free at last.
My sister said creating ting and oxtail. So if you don't know, that's the Jamaican superpower that I would want, I guess. Because my sister could say that though, because she's not Jamaican, so she it's just about I don't know. You know what? We talked about this on Thursday night. I don't really know what. Of course, flying would always be an interesting thing. But again, not really, because flying at any reasonable speed would be terrible, right? It'd be just constant wind hitting your face. It'd be freezing.
You gotta wear some goggles on that joint. You gotta wear goggles when you fly.
It wouldn't be as and people it would be pretty shocking.
Yeah, everybody would hear you coming. The sound barrier would break.
Right.
So flying, of course, would be cool. Stopping time would be cool. A lot of these powers I'm getting from the show Heroes, which is one of my favorites. And the way they displayed powers in that show, I thought was really cool. So yeah, stopping time, all that
Sean,
kind of stuff would be fun.
Think about stopping time like this, right? When I say stop time, like how innocent people get shot and killed in drive-bys, or just they're in the wrong place at the wrong time. I know somebody who recently told me about their niece that was shot and killed standing outside of a restaurant waiting to get in, and she got shot by two people that were having an argument, and she died. So being able to stop time and push those people out the way so that the bullet doesn't graze anybody, it just goes past.
You wouldn't have known it was going to happen though.
No, but if you were there, I mean,
you wouldn't have known. But I do think the Ryan's powers, which is very interesting because Ryan hates science fiction, so his powers that he's choosing is very interesting to me. But they're based in reality in a way, which is also interesting. You're trying to make your actual reality better. And I wonder kind of what's behind some of that. So you must have seen a lot of stuff to where you would want to be able to save people's lives, save your own life, be impenetrable.
Yeah.
And I wonder, is there anything to that you don't do some things because you don't have those powers? Are you holding back in anything because you don't have invincibility and the ability to stop time that you obviously would be doing if you had those?
We're going to therapy now. We're going to therapy.
You know what I'm saying? No, I mean, and that's for me too.
Yeah.
Like if I would be willing to do these amazing things with powers, why am I not doing them without powers? I believe I have this amazing God that can protect me from all things, right? The fact that you would be willing if you were invincible and can stop time, but you're not willing to do it when you have the God of all gods, powerful above all else, protecting you. Do you really?
Well, I think it has a lot to do with also time, right? When you stop time also pauses, so you don't miss out on things that you have going on, right? So if I had all the time in the world, if I had more time in a day, I could do more things.
You need to watch. You need to watch superhero movies. No, you can't continue to do like everything stops.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, like, if I could get to places, like, say, like, if I stop time, right? If I put my fingers together and I stop time, I could go and prepare a meal for the homeless. And when I unfreeze time, everybody can have a meal in front of them.
You literally can't do any of those things. Like,
maybe the better skill to have would be to be able to know the future. The future.
Know the future. I like that one.
So, stopping time, you can turn on the stove.
No, you cannot. How is the stove going to turn on?
Why would it not turn on?
It's frozen in time.
No, it's not.
You just said you stopped time. Is it
You stopped time for the people. Did you ever see what Vicky did back in? Go watch that show. I forgot. Somebody tell me the name of that show.
This is what our conversations sound like when you guys are not around.
Vicky is truly amazing, or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, that makes no sense. And that show is terrible if that's the case. That doesn't make any sense. If you stop time, time is stopped. You can't cook. You can't watch TV. Like all that stuff is stopped.
No, she used to be able to do things like that.
Well, then that show sucks. I don't know what you're talking about, but it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. I always thought
he's thinking about it.
No. I was just thinking about some other powers that I thought about. So you remember that movie? Is it? I think What Women Want, where Mel Gibson could read everybody's mind. I think that would be terrible.
Why?
I think that would be terrible because I think that you're gonna hear things that you don't want to hear. It's gonna be torturous because you hear everybody's voices that you walk by, and then you're gonna hear some things you really don't want to hear, like how people really feel about you. Like
it would be like hosting a public show on YouTube where people can leave comments and say some of the meanest things possible. It would be kind of like that. Right?
Not really, because people still won't type out what they really think.
It's still filtering.
You don't read the
comments.
Still a filter.
I don't. I stopped reading comments a long time. When somebody jumped on my wife, I was like, yeah, I'm done.
Right.
Because I was coming all out of Christianity that day.
Right.
Coming all out of it. Yeah.
That easy. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see if we have any more powers in here. Well, come on, y'all. So give me some powers for Jeremiah. Give me some powers for Phil. Give me some powers for Ryan.
All right, let me give you one for Jeremiah. Jeremiah. Oh, what could Jeremiah do? I don't know about Jeremiah. I'm trying to think of his personality right now and like what would make sense. I'm
trying to find Eric's. Eric told me to read his.
I guess Jeremiah's could be like being able to put your hand on somebody's shoulder and they tell the truth. I would have him go and talk to all the politicians.
Okay, so here's one. Eric brought up some Bible superpowers, right? So he said he wanted to be able to call bears out to eat mouthy kids like Elisha.
Oh wow!
Those students would straighten up real quick at work.
That's gangster.
What are some? Because there's, I mean, essentially, there's people in the Bible that had what we would call superpowers, right? What are some of your favorite Bible superpowers that you can remember?
Samson, man. Samson was crazy.
Definitely Moses and the staff, man. Oh, that would be dope. If I could just pick up
the water.
Be able to pick up a stick and make it do anything. That would be awesome.
That's not what his power was, but
no, I mean the staff, when you turn water into blood and stuff like that would be really dope. Like being able to have something in your hand where you could just boom.
Okay, so you attributed that to the staff? Okay, cool. So you're saying basically the staff was like it could make things do things, whatever he wanted. I never thought of it that way, but I guess you could see it that way. So what else? You said Samson. Samson was basically the Hulk.
Samson was dope.
He was pretty strong, man. Pretty strong. That's always helpful.
David and the bear, just being able to kill a bear with his bare hands.
His bare hands. That's a double entendre right there.
Dope. See, he's still rhyming, though. So is that how people see us? They think as Christians we believe in basically a Marvel comic book, and we've made it our lives, and they look at it as a silly fiction that we believe in.
Some of them, absolutely, bro.
Yeah.
The Bible says this gospel is foolishness to those who are perishing.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest ones is when we read that people in the Bible used to live past 100, 200 years old. Like when you read that and you're like, man, what would it have been like to have been here as long as Enoch was here? You know what I mean? Like that would be a superpower as well. Because then you could really tell the truth about everything. You could be like, yo, I was there when such and such, you know what I mean? Straighten up the facts.
It's interesting. It's interesting that the world is so in love with superheroes and powers and fantastical things. And there's a real fantastic God that they turn away from. Isn't that crazy that they're so attracted to power? They're so attracted to supernatural ability.
Yeah.
But they reject the supernatural giver of ability. Like it's crazy. It's crazy to me that we have to even convince people of this kind of stuff. I understand the being skeptical I understand that. But just actually, if you sit down with it and you read what occurred, like, it's amazing that we even have to try to make the Bible attractive. Like, there's people have superpowers, and there's a supernatural God that wants to get to know you and loves you and wants to give you his, like,
wow.
So, question for you: is it considered witchcraft if you get these superpowers?
What are you talking about?
Like, people talk about this whole thing. Would they consider this witchcraft?
I don't know what you mean. Why are you saying witchcraft?
Because it almost feels like you're trying to emulate yourself as God. You know what I mean? Like, take on powers that he has. It just feels like the conversation could go that way.
Okay, you're making me think that you think that they think that this is real. You think that they think that this is real?
The guy that left me a voicemail, yeah. I don't see why he would leave me a voicemail joking.
So think
some of the Twitter folks do. Some of the Twitter folks think it's real.
So you guys think that these people online think that black people have magical powers and that we're actually getting powers on the 21st?
I don't know.
Listen, I don't know. The whole Mayan civilization thing has been followed for very, very long. Very long.
I'll tell you this, because over the last 4 years, for various reasons, I have been very, very concerned about the mind state of Christians, of just people in general. I'm very concerned that there's a serious problem going on mentally in this country.
Yeah.
That's craziness. It's crazy when Nick Cannon said it. It's crazy when Farrakhan says it. It's crazy when these people say it. And I don't understand why this is happening in this country where so many people, Christians included, are saying some of the craziest stuff I've ever heard in my life. Sincerely. I'm lost.
I think when, and I'm gonna take it like extra serious now. I think when ethnicities with ethnic groups, Hispanics, Latinos, Blacks, and I say Hispanic and Latino because there's a differentiation.
Yeah.
When you are so low on the totem pole, when you're getting leftovers for so long, eventually we got to think of creative ways on how, even if it's imaginary, how we're going to put ourselves back up on that run, on that next step.
Build self-esteem.
That's real.
And I think it's something that's dangerous too, because it affects theology. I see a lot of these Christian rappers now are getting into some interesting theology, man. And and I'm all about, like, James Cone, Black theology and Black power, Gutierrez. You know, in the 60s, there was a big movement on social justice and the implications of social justice on Christianity. And I think there's a lot of room for us to open up our minds, and maybe if we're not going to agree with people 100%, to at least open up our worldview a little bit. But I think, man, what a tragedy it is that sometimes we have to fall back to these sort of things where it just almost becomes like this almost imaginary new reality that we're living in, just because we feel so bad about what we've had to go through and where we are in our society today.
So I want to give you guys a little insight into the show. So this is the last show of the year. Did you notice how messy that topic was? That's how every topic would be if I wasn't trying to wrangle these conversations. If you were to hear our Thursday night call, that's what this topic sounded like. So every Saturday, I'm sitting here trying to make sure, come back to the topic, come back to the topic. This is what it looks like when I don't care about that. So just so you understand how hard it is to keep us all on one topic for 10, 15, 20 minutes. But today, hey, end of the year, we love you guys. We got a dope line for line coming up next. Phil, are you ready for line for line, sir?
Yeah, bro, let's get it.
This is the best of 2020 line for line. This is in honor of my boy Jeremiah. Get better soon. I spent time on this. It's hard. If you ever think of Jeremiah, think about how hard line for line is to put together. If you think to criticize him for 1 second, it is not easy putting line for lines together. But we got one for you. You in the field with the track stars, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. Let go.
You're in the field with the track stars, running with the track stars, tracking with the track stars, in the Trackstarz Universe. Ooh, stay on track with us.
Y'all know what time it is. Ryan
Righteous, DJ Jeremiah, Sean Tanner. Time it is. Y'all know what time it is. It's the field boys. You in the field, boy. It's the field boys. You in the field, boy. You tuned in and locked. Trackstarz. We beating on your block. Trackstarz, yeah. I'm repping the most high king like mama, I made it. Trackstarz bringing the real, you love it or hate it. Line for line with the kingdom, the secular faded.
What's happening? This your man Brinson, God Chasers Entertainment. Buckle your seatbelts for line. Vote Christian though. Yeah.
All right, back in the field with the Trackstarz. Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. What's good?
All right. This segment is sponsored and brought to you by Olivet Nazarene University. The time for you to apply is right now. Let me tell you why. Early applicants have a higher chance of getting accepted. You have offers for financial aid going on right now for the 21-22 year. So you want to make sure that you secure that now and reduce your anxiety to have more time for final decisions, right? So Nazarene Olivet University, the reason why you want to try there is because they have 140 areas of study. You can find your passion. They've got a 96% career outcome rate and it's Christian education with a purpose. So go ahead right now, do your application for Olivet Nazarene University and join them in the journey of changing the world inside out for Christ.
All right. So the best of 2020 line for line. All right. So Jeremiah says to give me grace. I don't need no grace. This is a hot line for line. I promise. It's going to be dope. Now I can't, you know, if you're a hippity hip hop hip don't stop person, you're not gonna like this, all right? Because the best, Ryan, excuse me, you're not one of those people. The best.
I thought you were talking about like you say
don't qualify.
Hop.
Yeah, you don't qualify. 2020 hip hop has changed, yo. Like this is there was no Kendrick, there was no J. Cole big song. Like this is all pop rap stuff. This is what was hot. I spared Ryan Megan Thee Stallion because we've been doing Megan all year. I spared him the WAP, so you don't have to worry about that. But I took the best songs from mainstream and said, can we compete? So let's see. All right. Using opinions, I don't know the rest. You're in the field. Y'all ready? Let's go. This is Jack Harlow. What's poppin'?
What's poppin'? Brand new whip, just hopped in. I got options. I can pass that like Stockton. Just joshing. I'm spending this holiday locked in. My body got rid of them toxins. Sports in the top 10. I can put the ball in the end zone, put a bad bitch in the friend zone. This shit sound like an intro jet song. Give me that tempo. Told Pooh he a fool with the shit. Told her don't let her friends know. In the Ville and I move like a dime. Eating fettuccine at Vincenzo's. Me and my amigos got that free smoke on the West Coast. Yeah, I'm talking about pre-rolls. Dark hair, she look like she go.
All right, that was Jack Harlow. What's poppin'? This is No Big Deal and Andy Mineo Willie.
Lil Dilly from the bottom of the mouth. I ain't gotta have a strap. I still get on with the rap. Hating Dilly, man, you gotta be an idiot. In fact, took the monkey off, then I put the city on my back. Country boy, but I hang around city slickers. This the well, I got it at the kitty litter. If my brother need $1, he gon' get a tenner. Yeshua and Nazareth was not a penny pincher. How you got it out the mud and never been mudding? Wise man know he don't really know nothing. Every night I got a demon saying post some. It's an everyday struggle, yeah. Joke, I said peace to the industry. I do it alone. I'm a beast. You a swisher sweet. You don't want the small.
All right, that's No Big Deal and Andy Mineo Willie versus Jack Harlow. What's poppin'? What you got, Ryan?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go Jack Harlow on that. A little bit of bias there, but I could actually see myself writing a verse.
Oh my gosh,
to that hook.
Phil, what you got, man?
I mean, right off the bat, I have to go with Deal because I mean the mix was better. I felt the beat a lot better, and I thought he had a little bit more sauce on it, man.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna agree. I think Jack Harlow, his song was good, and I actually liked his rapping on it. Yeah, but Dill has like a swag that's hard to beat. So I'm gonna go Dill and Andy on that one. So that's a wash in here. It doesn't really matter what y'all got, but whenever Damo tells me, I'll let. Okay, No Big Deal online too. So that's a sweep. All right. We started off good, 1-0. Somebody please keep track of the overall score because I can't do all that. I don't know how Jeremy does all that. All right. Next up, let's start with The Kingdom. This is John Keith, Rose.
She wanna be where it's shining. Yeah, I said it's all in the timing. You know that she wanna be where it's shining. On the coast, need the sun 'cause she a rose. We go out and do the most. Yeah. Fresh off our haters, we back. We going up to the max. Yeah, ain't no one holding us back. Two locked up, we been on battles. Things get rough up, we love a challenge. Press on us, I'm covered in diamonds. Ain't no scrubs, little baby, you styling, yeah. Too good, break it down like you should. Ain't no clue what we could.
All right, that's John Keith, Rose, and that's going against Little Mosey, Blueberry Faygo.
Did she do it? I say so too. Big 40s and a big Draco. 3 more millions when you ask how my day go. Put up a phone, not a Blueberry Faygo. One false move and we straight to the joint. 2 small bands just to take you out real quick. 3 more, pull up on fucking shit. That's how it goes. Big bands, I'm coming straight. One bad bitch. Did she do it? I say so too. Big 40s and a big Draco. 3 more millions when you ask how my day go. Put up a phone, not a Blueberry Faygo. One false move and we straight to the joint. 2 small bands just to take you out real quick.
All right, that's Lil Mosey, Blueberry Faygo versus John Keith, Rose. Somebody said, ouch, when the second song started. Ryan, what you got?
Yeah, I can go John Keith on that one, man. I think I definitely felt his I felt his vibe in that one better.
Okay. Phil, what you got?
Blueberry Faygo all day though. I just was like, man, that joint it goes super hard. I think there's a level of like elegance to the melodies that he brings, man. You can just feel you can feel the experience on that songwriting on that joint. But I mean, John Keith joint was hard, but to me it was for me it was a wash. I feel it.
All right, I'm gonna toss that one because that one was close. I think trying to find a match for the Blueberry Faygo was hard. A lot of the top songs this year from hip hop were very happy, bouncy songs, and Christian hip hop was a little more mellow and moody. So it was a little bit hard to find matches for all these songs. But I'm gonna toss that one. I like both of those.
Why are we coming like that in the year of the pandemic? We're supposed to be bringing people up.
You'll see that next year. You'll see that next year. John Keith online. So Ryan, you had John Keith.
Yeah.
Bill, you had Blueberry Faygo.
Yeah.
John Keith online. So John Keith got it because I tossed it. All right. So that's 2-0 for the Kingdom for 2020 so far. All right. Let's see.
Sweet.
All right. Next up, who did I start with last time?
You did John first.
Okay. Let's do 21 Savage, Mr. Right Now.
In a lamb truck, with my Richard on, got a pretty girl that I'm feeling on. We in quarantine, but my M's long, but it lame. He got friends on, got a couple spots, and they are on. Bought a penthouse, cause I'm never home. Threw my heart out the window, feelings gone. Threw my heart out the window, but I'ma slide anytime you want. Put you in Chanel, I'ma teach you how to stand. Slip and slide like a waterfall. You need some TLC, we can creep if you want. Hey, turn your phone off, take your clothes off. I'm a savage, but I fuck her to a slow song. Turn the lights down, lay the pipe down. I ain't Mr. Right, but I'm Mr. Right now.
All right, that's 21 Savage, Mr. Right Now, and that's going against this.
Me, I'm just trying to hold on to my peace, cause I'm liable to lose it and go get the peace. I need a reason, I need a season, feeling with Jesus, I'm just grieving. They be like, if you are what you believe in, I do not trip, I keep it G. What in the H, you saying the I? Ain't no JK when I'm talking to God. Don't need a reason to open my eyes. If I'm still breathing, I'm running for mine, man. Oh, yeah, I've been doing better than I was before. I walk with the limp, cause I've been wrestling with the Holy Ghost. Deep in dirty spit, but still somehow I keep on floating on. Thought I lost my grip, but God reminded me he's holding on.
Give me reason. I've been trying not to go off the deep end.
All right, that's Lecrae Deep End versus 21 Savage, Mr. Right Now. 21 Savage and Metro Boomin. What you got, Ryan?
I'm gonna go Lecrae on that. I'm gonna go okay on that. I liked his delivery better with the beat versus the 21 Savage. I felt like he was just, cadence rapping.
Okay, Phil, what you got?
Definitely Cray. Just I liked his cadences. He actually had some bars in there too, which was dope.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got Lecrae on this one. I got Lecrae on that one. What you online? What y'all got? Damo, what they got? Cray online. Oh, wow, are we 3-0?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. I didn't expect this. All right, this next one is fun for me. Let's start with this. J. Crumb and Senny, Must Be Nice. Let's go.
I'm sick and tired of this Twitter love. On my timeline, they don't let it know. Baby, I'm bitter and envious. Back on my mind, I ain't know that could be us. I'd rather have it in real life, real time, than up on the timeline. For life, I'll admit it and I can't lie. I've been thinking what it feel like must be nice. Digital computers up, social media. I just wanna be with you. I don't wanna live for the timeline. Let me know what's really real. This is how I feel when we talk. I get chills. It's a cold with the eyesight. It's a cold with the eyesight. I will forward in my right mind. Loneliness come alive in the nighttime. I gotta get off the timeline. Scrolling, tweet after tweet, post after post, but I keep scrolling.
All right, that was J. Crumb and Senny, Must Be Nice. And shout out to my wife, Alfie. She played the role of Maya with me. If you know Maya and Jeremiah, put a line. She helps him with line for line. She helped me with these matchups as well. So shout out to her. That's going against this.
Boss, suicide door, brand new bag. College girls get in my raps. Rockstar life, so much money, I'll make you laugh. Hey, they hate and you can't miss what you never had. Hey, off the juice, got me tripping. Cut the coupe, walker roof is missing. Ice, lemonade, my neck was tripping. Ice, lemonade, my neck was tripping. Boys got some 60s in my bag. Lips sealed, ain't pillow talking on no rag. In my earlobe, got 2 carats, VVS. Got a penthouse near Rodeo, out for stress. All this money, when I grew up, I had nothing. Filled with backstabbing, my whole life is disgusting.
All right, that was Internet Money, Lemonade versus J. Crumb and Senny, Must Be Nice. Ryan, what you got?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go J. Crumb and Senny on that. I don't know. I'm just tired of the lifestyle rappers and they just I don't know. It didn't hit me. The second song didn't really hit me.
Okay. All right, Phil, what you got?
Straight musically, sonically, man, to me it was Internet Money all day. If I had to throw the messaging out, if I'm throwing the whole lifestyle rap thing out, just melodically, it just got me, hooked me, and then it rides too. Kind of just is super smooth.
Yo, I completely disagree with Ryan. This was the best song I heard while I was doing this. I was like, what am I gonna find to beat this joint? That joint is flawless. I've been seeing Internet Money's name. I think he's a producer. I've been seeing his name on Twitter for a while. I didn't know why people knew him. I hadn't heard any of his songs, but when I heard this, I was like, oh snap! I mean, this is amazing to me. I love J. Crumb and Senny though. I heard that when I did the they did the Rapzilla did the competition a couple weeks ago on Clubhouse, and Senny brought that on, and I was like, yo, this song is fire. That was the closest thing. Like, I liked it enough to even put it next to this other song. But I got to go with Lemonade, man. That joint was crazy to me. Crazy. So that's Lemonade for me. So it's 2-1 on here. What y'all got online? Ooh, J. Crumb won online.
Okay.
So that's a toss. That's a toss round. I didn't think, for me to even come up with something that could compete with the Lemonade song, to me, I'm happy. I'm happy that it even got there. Because to me, that Internet Money song was ridiculous. So what's the overall now? Still 3-0. right? That's a toss. Okay.
That's it.
Next up, the baby, Rockstar.
Brand new Lamborghini, a cop car. With a pistol on my hip like I'm a cop. Have you ever met a real nigga rock star? This ain't no guitar, this a Glock. My Glock told me to promise you gon' squeeze me. Better let me go the day you need me. So bitch, put me on that get the bus. And if I ain't enough, go get the chop. It's safe to say I earned it, ain't a nigga gave me nothing. I'm ready to hop out on a nigga, get the bus. Know you heard me say you play, you late, don't make me push the butt. Full of pain, dropped enough tears to fill up a fuck. Going for buggers, I bought a chopper. I got a big drum and hold 100. Going for nothing, I'm ready to air it out on all these niggas. I can see I'm running. She talked to my mom, she hit me on FaceTime just to check up on me and my brother. I'm really the baby, she know that the youngest son was always guaranteed to get the money. Okay, let's go. She know that the baby boy was always guaranteed to get the loot. She know what I do, she know if I run from it, I'ma pull it out and shoot. PTSD, I'm always waking up a cold sweats like I got the flu. My daughter the G, she saw me killing it in front of her before the age of 2. And
All right, that's the baby and Roddy Ricch, Rockstar. That's going against this.
Yeah, something inside, you're the enemy. Long as the lips set free. I been torn down, I got all this pain. Feel like I'm not to change. Hurt so badly. I just wanna be so happy. Baby, you please come grab me. Cause I just wanna be like it's deeper than the feeling we receive from all the things that we had. I gotta enjoy the last chance, never leaving. So I still feel content when things don't go the way I'm thinking. Oh, the way we feel is so deceiving. You ain't even know. Follow your heart, you might make the wrong choice. People yelling, but you always got that still small voice. Got peace, never drive me insane. Hope we staying the same. Something inside, you're the enemy.
All right, that was Wande Happy versus the baby Rockstar. What you got? Ryan.
Yeah, it's gonna be a toss for me, but I'll tell you what's interesting is that the baby is the only new style rapper that I actually like or can deal with.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy because he kind of reminds me of the stuff I used to listen to. Kind of like if I told you kind of like I listen to him and I get kind of like a Crazy Bone feel sometimes. Yeah. I do. Yeah.
What?
Bone, Thongs, and Harmony, whatever. That's my thing. But anyway, all I'm saying is,
wait, what?
I'm gonna toss it.
What are you talking about?
I'm gonna toss it.
Yeah, what you got, man?
I gotta go with baby because I'm just like the production value, the treatment on his vocals is out of this world, and like just if I put them next to each other, I'm gonna listen to baby. I'm not gonna listen to Wande right off the bat. If I'm gonna turn it real quick, if I give it 7 seconds, baby got my attention.
Okay. I got Wande on this. The Rockstar song is okay to me. I think the problem I had with the Rockstar song is I kept playing it after I played the Internet Money song, and it just pales into comparison to that song.
Totally.
So I originally had Wande up against Internet Money and Crumb up against this. And I flipped them because to me they both had a better chance flipped. So to me, I don't think Wande could have. I don't think Crumb could have took out Rockstar, and I don't think Wande could have took out Internet Money. So I'm gonna go Wande on this one. It was the baby online, so that means the baby got one. So now it's actually 3-1. Jeremiah said I should have put Megan in here because she had a big year. I understand that, but the song I wanted to use was WAP. And I couldn't find anything that really went that even sounded similar to WAP. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of out there, left field a little bit. So I left, and because it would have been a nightmare to edit that song. I mean, every word needs to be edited out of that song. So I could have used her other song with Beyonce. But again, it was matchup wise. It was hard. It was hard for me to find matchups for her stuff because we don't really have anybody that raps like she does, like 3 6 Mafia style rapping. So it was a little hard to find matchups for Megan. All right. So it's 3-1. This is the finals. Y'all ready for this?
Yeah.
All right. Who do you want to start first?
Christian.
Kingdom. All right.
Let's do it.
This is Aaron Cole, Water for Me.
I guess I'm becoming a man. Love my family more than a La Benz. Yeah. So it's water. Yeah. It's water for me. It's water. Yeah, it's water for me. Ay. Look, they saying I make it look easy. It's a whole lot of work like I'm Riri. Yeah, I'm eating some autumn, all they not sowing, they steady won't read me. Focus, like I'm on Adderall. I'm hungry, so he gonna feed me. Grace looking like Nene. Look, my girl getting on my nerves, she be going crazy. She saying that I don't meet her standards. How you do me, baby? Yeah. Family secrets got me questioning my faith in him. Yeah. And mom still live in the condo. Give it to God, so you know that it's water. Yeah, it's water for me. It's water. Yeah, I just make it peace. It's water. Yeah, it's water for me. It's water. Yeah, it's water for me.
All right, that's Aaron Cole. Water for me. What do you think that's going against?
I don't know, but
you ready to pick it? You ready to pick Aaron Cole? I know you are.
No, I was just so funny. The Aaron Cole thing was funny to me because I if you're not NF or Eminem, can you really make a song about your girl getting on your nerves and it being okay? Like, is that cool?
Wow.
That was crazy to me. I stopped listening after that. I was like, oh dang, Aaron, okay.
I don't know what you mean by that, but all right. So that's going up against this. Yeah.
I know that they at the crib going crazy down bad. What they had didn't last, man, baby. Sometimes we laugh and sometimes we cry, but I guess you know now, baby. I took a half and she took the whole thing. Slow down, baby. We took a trip, now we on your block and it's like a ghost town, baby. Where did these be at when they say they doing all this and all that?
I'm in the trenches, relax. Can you not pet that little boy in the club? Cause we do not listen to rest. We in Atlanta, I bought her wig. She telling me Tay is the best. Pointed the who act like a killer, but you only one from the net. I'm like the baby, I'm not just a rapper. You play with me, you gon' get stretched. Bring Drake to the hood. Surround Drake around. Even though I got it.
All right. So before they shut the stream down, let's stop it there. Ryan, what you got?
I don't even know who I was listening to.
Oh, that's good. What you got?
Nah, I need to know who that was.
That's Drake, Laugh Now, Cry Later versus Aaron Cole, Water for Me. What you got?
Who was the feature?
Don't worry about that. I mean, why does that matter? Just which one do you like better?
I'm gonna give it to Aaron because Aaron didn't have a feature.
Yes, he does. That song had 2 features on it.
Aaron's song?
Yeah.
I didn't hear that part. Okay,
Paris
maybe
Cariz was on there and somebody.
Oh, that's right. Water. Okay. Yeah. I'm still gonna give it to Aaron.
I knew you would. All right, Phil, what you got?
Oh, that's Drake all day. I mean, 2 seconds into the track, he had me.
Yeah.
Caught the emotion, the whole feeling, everything. The vibe was on point.
Y'all rappers, boy. Y'all always go. Y'all always go with the track that y'all would be rapping on, right? Is that what it is?
But here's the thing. Here's the thing, though, right? Like Aaron was so sporadic with the way he came in on that joint. It took me a while to catch his vibe. I was trying to say, what are you doing, bro? There's a lot of free space. So by the time Drake came in, he already hooked me. His melodies were just hooked me. You know?
Yeah, I love the Aaron Cole song, but to me, I got to go Drake as well. This song, to me, I said Internet Money was the best song I heard while I was making this. This song was the best song I heard while I was making this. It felt hard. It felt effortless. It felt like he wasn't even trying to make a hot song, and that joint just happens to just be hot. Like it's unbelievably hot song, dude. You can't do this anymore if you don't understand why this is hot. This song this was the best song of the year, and it felt like this was a throwaway. That's what it felt. It felt like a throwaway, but he ended up throwing it into the basket. Like it's amazing. So I gotta go Drake on this. I love the Aaron song as well, but that Drake song was incredible to me. It was incredible.
Yeah, and there's just a level of charisma that was just it's off the charts, man.
He's reached a mastery over this type of music that even though people try to sound like him, they still can't get it quite like him. Like he just has a mastery over his own sound, which is unbelievable to me.
True.
So I got Drake. Online, what you got? Drake online. So that means it ended up being 3-2 Kingdom. 3-2 Kingdom. All right. Okay. All right. So what y'all think of that line for line? Best of 2020.
That was dope, bro.
Unfortunately, I couldn't get a lot of the ladies in there because the ladies in mainstream hip hop were Like it was so vulgar. I couldn't even go there. That's why I put up One Day with the baby, because to me she could go up against whatever, right? But there wasn't really a lot of room. There wasn't any room for any kind of like rapidy rappers. I couldn't use any of those Christian hip hop songs because there was nothing really out like that. Interesting year. But
do you think Jeremiah would have done this differently?
Of course he would.
Do you think he would have probably used everybody who won their battles?
Probably. I could have done that, but what I was going to do that, but I think all the folders he added for me to make the line for lines this year, I think they're gone. I couldn't find them. So I had to start from scratch.
Got you.
So since I had to start from scratch, I was like, let me just do it from scratch.
I get that. I was just wondering if it was like, if you had the artists that actually won their battles and then the best song that probably like took them over, would he have thought to do that?
Well, it kind of ended up being like that, but again, we didn't do a lot of the hottest rappers this year. We did a lot of whatchamacallits, the showdowns, and a lot of artists that were, because we already tucked away like the Lecrae's and stuff. Like we did a one Lecrae battle this year. We didn't do a lot of the major stars this year, so I couldn't really do that. But yeah, to me, I had fun doing it. It took a long time, but I had fun doing it.
It was dope.
Kingdom won. So based on our analysis, Kingdom killed this year. Songs were really dope, and this is just like a 1% of the music that came out. There were so many songs I had to leave out of this. The folder that I actually constructed had way more songs in it, but I had to narrow it down to what could go against their hottest songs, not the other way around. So that's where a lot of people got cut. This is what I want to say about this line for line thing. I need you guys to spam the crap out of Complex, out of Revolt, out of Pigeons and Planes, and say, hey, you guys need to watch this series line for line. You guys are missing out on a ton of artists that deserve your attention, that you're not giving it to them because they're in this quote unquote Christian hip hop space. The music is better.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, we prove it week after week after week. When you put these songs up against each other, even people with bias against Christian hip hop end up voting for some of the Christian artists because it's just hot. So spam them with these line for lines. Go back in history and just show them, boom, Lecrae, boom, No Big Deal, boom, Annie Minia, boom, John Keith, boom, Ruslan. Like, just spam them. We have proof of these people's dominance, and they constantly get ignored by these outlets, man. So just spam them with line for lines in comments, in their emails. Just attach the video, just your favorite ones, and just spam them like constantly in 2021. They're gonna have to pay attention to what these artists are doing, because there's no way the people that we played today and the people we played throughout the year shouldn't be getting noticed by those outlets. They should definitely be getting noticed. Not as the Christian rappers either, just as hot artists that have a positive message. So, so 2020, man, there was a lot to this year. Hopefully 2021 will be better. Pray for everybody who lost loved ones this year. I know it was a really tough year, but hopefully you took the time to prepare something for the future. You didn't just sit, you didn't just complain. You actually started developing a skill that you didn't have before, or sharpening one that you did have, so that when things get back to normal, you'll hit the ground running, right? So you still have time to do that. You got a couple weeks. Hopefully you have some vacation built in for the next couple weeks. Read something, accomplish something, finish something, study something, learn something, and make sure 2021 you go light speed. All right? Phil, what you got for him, man?
Sir. Man, it's just been a blessing to be with y'all, man. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for everything, man. It's been great, man. I'm just enjoying my time here, man, soaking it up, man. Just trying to get that word out about those 1,100 boys every day that are abducted, man. So Stop That Traffic tour's coming near you. The single's out right now. Man, holler at us, bro. We'd love for you to just join in and be a voice. I'm not the only voice.
So they're crying for a round 7.
No.
Did we give them a round 7?
No.
Oh, wow.
Ryan said no.
Why would we give him a round 7? It didn't qualify for round 7, did it?
Dang. He's sticking to the rules. Okay. He said no. So maybe what I'll do, if you jump in the official universe, I might stream it to the official universe.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Ryan, sign off for the year 2020. Give him something.
Give him something? Oh man, buy Bitcoin.
Just meekness and madness.
Yeah, you want me to do that?
No,
Oh, no, I
sign
got more
up for
value in telling you to, buy Bitcoin. Guys, there's a lot happening right now. You guys see what's happened in 2021. They're talking about giving another 2020. They're talking about giving another stimulus check. The time is right now for you to understand that we cannot rely on a system to take care of us going forward. So Trackstarz, we started trading and learning how to understand cryptocurrency. Bitcoin is a big one. It went over 5,000 points or $5,000 up from last week, actually, to where it is right now. It's going to go crazy in 2021. You want to have a position there. All our team has already gotten a position in Bitcoin because it's that important. So we're telling everybody, buy Bitcoin. It's amazing. It will help you set up for the future. For all you artists out there, entrepreneurs, this is a way for you to get ahead. Put this to the side. Allow this to be a way that you fund your business. I put out something earlier. Let me read this real quick. I put out something on social media this week. I was talking to Sean, and I said, Sean, what are all the things that we would do if money wasn't an option, if we had total financial freedom? And I want people to understand why our team is doing the types of trading that we're doing and talking about it so often. And I'm always on social media pumping it, because I truly believe that we can do something really great if we achieve this goal of financial freedom. And so I put out there that for me, money is earning, if money and earning income wasn't a concern, these are the top 20 things that me and the Trackstarz will be doing. First, we'd be doing Trackstarz full time. We'd be taking Christian music to the next level. We'd be investing in Christian-based films, financing Christian creatives, whether that's the art, music, poetry, spoken word, acting, writing, dancing, or teaching. So that includes pastors and everybody else. Planning churches, providing aid to third world countries, helping end world hunger, putting a stop to sex trafficking, fighting homelessness, fighting the war on drugs, investing in alternative medicine, fighting to help alternatives for mental illness, fighting for human rights, fighting for animal rights, fighting against poverty, fighting against unborn babies, investing in birth defects and research, fighting against corruption. And my top 20 is to give away as much as we possibly could. So guys, financial freedom doesn't always mean that you take on a different lifestyle. It can mean that you're actually going to help create a life for other people that's better than what they have right now. So be thinking about that. That's my 2020 sign off. Is 45 million people were affected in some way in their financials, artists included. We know that shows were canceled and a lot of people lost the way that they take care of their families. So do something different, guys. Open your eyes, open your mind. All right.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're about to sign off. I'm about to jump into the official Trackstarz Universe. So jump in there if you want to hear round 7. We'll do that real quick. And also put the Zoom link so you guys could jump in Zoom if you want to actually vote with me and all that kind of stuff. So Phil, thank you for joining us, man. Go ahead, man.
Can I say one last thing? I just want to shout out my brother Vince Ford from Outsiders, man. All the love. We got the clothing line. 100% of the profit, 100% goes to fight human trafficking. So if y'all can go to Outsiders Supply, outsiders.supply, that would be a blessing. And it helps us to support, Project Rescues, tearing people out of that stuff every day across the world, man, to be a blessing. Thank y'all so much for having us again.
Yeah. Thank you, man. Shout out to Outsiders brand. Shout out to Vince. They actually started up with Nectar this year. So
that's right.
The Outsiders brand, Faith Without Walls, was debuted on Nectar. So thank you so much for all their support too.
Amen. Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna figure out how to get y'all everybody up. So just go to Trackstarz Universe and wait for me to get the video going. All right, you in the field with the Trackstarz, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. Let's
This is a certified hood classic.
Dilly came in the game of fortune and fame and said I didn't want it. They doubted. I found a team, we made our own lane, and now they all say that we bout it. We got more rings than Audis. I'm Audi. My team bring the heat like the Saudis. Live in the South with my family from Cali, and shout out to Bay. We don't live in the Valley. No.
Hey yo, this is a worldwide premiere. Somebody get me 2 throwback jerseys, 2 Nike headbands, and a pair of white forces. Indie Tribe save lives, and make sure when you spell that name, it's all lowercase with a period.
Billy came in the game of fortune and fame and said I didn't want it. They doubted. I found a team, we made our own lane, and now they all say that we bout it. We got more rings than Audi.
Audis. I'm outie, my team bring the heat like the Saudis. Live in the South with my family from Cali. And shout out to Bay, we don't live in the valley. No, my whole crew look like it's calico. Or maybe a panda, you got it, bro. You say I'm prideful and wildin'. No, I just won't bury my talent, bro. Might be conceited, I give it to Jesus. He told me to drink from his chalice. Told him I'll be more mature and won't sin anymore. And he told me I should be more childish. Whoa, yeah. Look, my demons looking depressed. Must have been something I said. Any try, baby, you know the name of my set. I got it out of the mud. I'm from the sticks. Hunting is just in my blood. And I changed my last name to Fudd. I'm from the 6, 1, 5, like in a dozen. 2.
I told y'all what it is, man. Y'all not ready for this. Let's take it to the east side of Atlanta.
Hey, Dilly, man, I think it's time to go silly. If you can't see, make them feel it. You don't think we gon' win, oh really? Let me say something right quick, boy. We ain't playing with you, I ain't no toy. Trying to get a whole family employed. Boy, you better start working. Then we throwing nothing east side if you ain't been in that. It's a lot of cap going on, night and internet. Used to be a dog running around where you women at. We was at the bottom looking up and I remember that. Then we trying to come and take the plate, we ain't finished yet. Got the Wi-Fi, we ain't paying no internet. Feeling like MJ, wait, where pippin' at? Man, never mind my business. Shades on my face with a big light on me. Couple more years, I'ma be big homie. Gotta thank God for the folks that know me. Just left Maine on the way to Wyoming. But the same one ain't never been phony. Working all night trying to get a little money. Daddy girl said she want my little pony. But I'm like, just get everything. Trying to get on the train. Got it drip in the drain. They like, when did it rain? And the mission don't change. She like Piggy and Brain. Cause I'm still with the gang. I don't know who you bring, but you keeping that DNA in my stamina. Planning some day to day on my calendar. They tryna bite the flake like tarantula. I'm not the one to wait, get the manager. Told y'all we gon' be straight, no diagonal. Oh, we gon' come in late, I ain't bragging no. Give me them heaven gates, you can have it all. When I ain't got some stripes like a basketball. Kept me in the Holly fame, came from pocket chain. Used to walk around like what's the name? To be like, oh, say. Had to push everything out the way. I'm talking about all the way. Wanna get cuz on out the change for the holiday.
Now, I'm in the field with Trackstarz right now. I had a blessed time. Hopefully, you guys are listening. If you're not, then you're losing.